on this table here, this here is for the income, obviously, and I'm assuming if you're looking at OnPassive, if you are interested in OnPassive, then it's probably for the reason of the income in one way or another. Maybe you're only looking for the tools. I don't know. I'm certainly looking forward to using their tools, but the incomes definitely is why I am in it to win it. And and I know there are people that basically have no plans at this point, at least, to use the tools, but the income is a need that almost everybody has. Okay, so let us take a closer look at this table here and get a better understanding how this pay plan works. Okay, so here we have a 3 by 10 table, so it goes 10 levels deep and then 3 across. So that means your first level you have 3 people, and then under those 3 would be 9, under those 9 would be 27, and then 81 and 243, 729 and 2,187, and so on. It goes to level 10. You'd have 59,049 members. All right. Okay. Well, so how does this work then? So you probably have, one of the questions probably would be, well, at what point would I be getting paid? And another question might be, does it matter if somebody else refers the people, or whether I do it, or how does all that work? Well, you see, I have been in companies where you would get paid when a level is full. So in other words, the first 3 would have to be filled, and of course, I had to do all the referring, unless some companies they would offer spillover. They'd have the idea of what's called a forced matrix. In a forced matrix, that basically means that you can have spillover. But in companies that I've been in before, when it was a forced matrix, of course, it would fill in, but the commissions would still go just to the person that referred them. So if you were counting on spillover, that actually wouldn't do you any good, because you wouldn't actually get paid from spillover. It was just that the spots in the matrix would be filled, but not necessarily that you would actually make money on that. Well, with OnPassive, you get paid on every member that comes into your team, whether it's spillover from upline, whether it's people that in your downline that have referred more people, which then obviously goes into their downline, but it's also lower in yours, right? And so when these 3, let's say this is your table here, okay? And now you have 3 members that either you referred or somebody else, or they came in from your spillover, from your upline, okay? Well, you would be getting paid on those 3 members because they are in your matrix, whether you refer them or not, okay? So that's 3 people, and now those 3, depending on where they went in at, is what you would be making from them. So let's say all 3 of them bought the $25. Well, that would earn you $6. But now let's say all 3 of them went all in, okay? Well, that would earn you $60 right there, okay? So that's from the first 3 level. Now, let's look at this for a wee bit here. Let's say you were referring people, and you had done these 3, and also spillover from above come in, and and your downline was filled to the second and the 3rd level. Maybe you had the first 2 levels were full. The 3rd level were sort of half full. Well, if you had, let's say, any members, let's just say, for instance, that the first 2 levels were filled, okay? No matter if it's spillover or what, we went over that, right? But now you have another 5 out of these 27. Well, that just simply means that 5 of those members, whatever they have bought, whatever exactly this level pays, because 27 divided by 54, that is if all 27 bought the $25, then that would give you 54 here. But if only 5 did, then you'd have to divide the 27 or the 54 by 27, and that would give you the answer as to how much you would have gotten paid on this level. And every member, when they pay, it's instantly on your account. You're instantly paid. Okay. And we'll go over that a little further. Talk about that a little bit more later, I think, because of when it comes to cashing out or whatever. Okay. So let's just bear that in mind. Now, here's what I want you to remember. A forced matrix does it does not have empty spots. Okay, so and that basically means that if a dropout happens, then that would be filled again. So I have been in companies before where I had referred people, and then I ended up with dropouts. And you know, when you start replacing dropouts and still trying to recruit fast enough that you to replace the dropouts and still get ahead, that can get quite, that can get to be quite a chore. But no, not to worry. No worries about that here in OnPassive, because here we don't have dropouts. And here's why. Here's why. When you refer anybody, or whether it's from spillover, don't matter, and that person buys the $25 level, well, the system instantly gets to work. And actually, it's even better than that. I almost forgot to mention this. It's even better than that, because there's a 7-day free trial in OnPassive. After OnPassive launches, there'll be a 7-day free trial. And so, during that, it's already, you get to try out the tools, you get all of that, and so on. And for 7 days for free. Then when you pay the $25, your team is starting to build, and from spillover, of course, because the $25 level does not give you any traffic. So your team begins to build from spillover. Okay, so it could be building your first level, maybe even your second level. Whether that would happen in 1 month or not, that I'm sure that varies, because every person has to make up their own mind what they want to do when they come onto the platform, whether they want to pay right away or what they want to do, or what level they want to choose even. Because here's what you can do. You can choose any level you want to come in on. So, but you got to remember that if you come in at the 125, the price will then be 150 because the 25 has to be paid as well. Okay, so whatever level you come in at, the levels below that they all have to be paid. So if you wanted to come all in, go all in right away, that would cost you $900. Now, some people had got the understanding that there is a $900 level, but that's not the case. So you got to get this right, okay? You got to understand this. When we say $900, that just simply means that the 25 plus 125 plus 250 plus 500 adds up to 900. So the 900 just simply means that you're paying all 4 levels and you're all in. Now, if you did that, then, and if your first 3 members also do the same, you would right away have earned $126 just from them going all in. And let's say if in the first month, if you went all in the first month, already your team would grow to that you had 3 and the next 9 filled, seeing you get 3 levels that all produce traffic now, and you had both levels filled. Well, that means within the first month you would already earn over 1,000 in commissions if they went all in, of course. Now, of course, you can do your own math as to what happens wherever, where people are, and you can figure all that out. But let's say you're in for a couple of months and you have, you're down to the 4th level, the 81 is almost filled or maybe all the way filled. And now, at this point, some people are all in, some are half the way in, and so you could easily come up with a calculation, something like $2,000 a month, or $2,000 a month that you would have in that time. Because all the pay is instant. But once you're in, should we say for a year or something like that? And here's another thing that you got to remember also, because every time, let's say you go all in, and now you have traffic on 3 levels, right? Well, if some of your team in your downline, if some of them also go all in, then that helps to build your team that much faster, because first of all, your traffic plus their traffic all builds on your team and your downline. Now, picture this. Here you are, you went all in, or you start at 25 and upgraded till you were all in, because the system automatically takes your commissions and upgrades you to higher levels until you are all in. The system does that for you. This is what makes it a guaranteed success system, because eventually your entire downline will be all in, because the system, first of all, they can choose to come all in, which I'm finding that there are already a bunch of people that's their plan. As soon as OnPassive launches, they'll be all in. Well, guess if you had, even just 50% of the people that you brought in or that came in through your traffic went all in, how quickly that would fill this entire table. Okay? Now, of course, we don't want to necessarily go ahead and assume that, but if we would assume that most of them would come in at the 125, assuming that they want to at least have some traffic, right? Well, that means, again, that your system would already start to build pretty fast, because their commissions will be used to upgrade them to the next level and the next, and then they are all in anyway. And all of that traffic, every one of these members, their levels that produce traffic helps to fill your table of your commissions table quicker, as we can see in this example here. And whether it takes a year, I don't know. What do you think? Would it be worth it to you to get started today and go all in if you had $1,000 to do so? Would it be worth it to you to do that? If in a year, say in perhaps 1 year, you would be making $2 million a month in residual commissions every month, whether you work or not, because, I mean, after all, the system does all the work for you, which will actually, if you did make up your mind about what you want to do, whether you want to be a GoFounder, here's what the system will do for you when OnPassive launches. It will automatically generate traffic, advertise for you, automatically market for you, automated recruiting. It automatically puts members in your team from the spillover as well as from your own traffic that's produced, that the system produces on your behalf, and automatically follows up with those leads, automatically builds your team for you, automatically makes all the sales for you, and produces an ever-growing income stream for you, completely automatic. So your money making would basically be sitting on autopilot, producing commissions for you that you can do with. You can build a business, you can, whatever it is that success or a happy lifestyle means for you, that is what OnPassive will produce the money for you, that you can do that. Okay?